Imagine waking up, checking your Amazon dashboard, and seeing that overnight you made $78 while you slept. Not from selling products, not from running ads, just from one simple book that you uploaded once, and now Amazon is handling the rest. It sounds pretty crazy, but the fact is it's already happening because one seller is making $2,368 per month from one book. And the crazy thing is that they don't touch inventory, they don't deal with shipping, and they don't handle customer service. Amazon does all of that. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Now, let me tell you why this is such a big opportunity and why most people are completely overlooking it. This book, making $78 per day, is a simple blood pressure logbook. And yes, you may have heard of it before, but what you haven't heard is that despite a ton of publishers creating books for this niche, after I did some digging, I found out that this niche isn't as saturated as people think. In fact, it's wide open for new sellers who know what they're doing. And with the right approach, you have a very real shot at getting your book seen and selling consistently. And here's the best part. If you can create a few simple boxes on a page, you can make this work. So in this video, I'm going to show you why this niche is still profitable and exactly how much money people are making, what makes a book successful, and how you can model the best-selling ones, other sub-niches with even less competition, giving you an even better chance at success. And finally, I'll walk you through how to create your own interior step by step, so by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do. I've been publishing on Amazon KDP for years, and if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that the simplest ideas are often the most profitable. And this one is one of them. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Now, here I am on Amazon, and I made a search for blood pressure logbook, and to my surprise, I see over 1,000 results. But if I look at Titan's quick view, we can see the exact total results is 1,038. Now, when it comes to search results, this is basically how competitive a niche is, and there's no point putting a book up on Amazon in an overly competitive niche. So what I'm looking for are search results that have about 1,000 or less, because it's going to tell me that the competition is not so stiff, not so competitive, and it's going to give me a great chance at getting my book ranked on that first or second page of Amazon so that it can be seen and it can be sold. So with the total results being 1,038, we know that the competition is not too competitive here, especially for such a very, very popular type of book. And keep in mind, I do make my search in all departments as opposed to books. I've mentioned this before in a previous video of why I exactly do that. So feel free to watch that. But basically, when you search in all departments, it's only going to show up relevant books as opposed to making a search in all books department, which shows pretty much all the books for that keyword. Now, if you don't know already, you can download this extension straight from the Chrome Web Store. Just make a search for self-publishing Titans. It's going to be this one right here, Titans Quick View, the Amazon Niche Finder. This is going to give you a niche and keyword research tool and the Amazon Quick View BSR data, bestsellers rank data for Amazon KDP. And it's going to allow you to see the same information that you see on my screen. Now, the exact match, which basically means how many books on the first page are showing for this exact keyword in their book's title. We see 38 out of 48. Independently published books, meaning how many are KDP books? 35. And the average bestsellers rank is actually very low at 238,000. So that's good for about 1 to 2 sales per day. And the average reviews 108. So not extremely high, which tells me that the reviews on a lot of these books are still racking up, which means that there's probably a lot of books here that are fairly new. And the average price, $7.73, which for this type of book, the average price point that I usually see or I usually price my book at is about $6.99 all the way up to, I would say, $7.99. So now that we know that the competition is fairly low for such a popular type of book, the next thing that I look for is demand. There's no point putting a book up on Amazon if people aren't looking for that book and are not interested in that type of book. So in order to judge demand, I'm looking for 3 or more KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are selling consistently right now, which means that there is some type of demand here. Now, if we go through the first page looking for those 3 KDP books that all rank at 300,000 or below, if we look at the very first book right here, we can see this one has a bestsellers badge. And if I hover over it, we can see independently published, which is what we're looking for, which we know now is a KDP book, and it has a bestsellers rank of 5,725. So this is one book showing demand. These next three books are not KDP books. It's very easy to see. If I hover over these books, it doesn't say independently published. And so these are not books that I really look at, although they do have very good bestsellers ranks. The next one right here, this blood pressure logbook, 61,000 BSR. So that's book number 2 that shows demand. I skipped this customers frequently viewed section because I'm only really looking for search results. So the next one right here, it doesn't say independently published, but it is a good bestsellers rank at 35,000. It does look like a KDP book, but it is not. But this one right here, independently published with a bestsellers rank 68,000. So that's 3 books. So I know that there is demand for this niche. But if we go through the rest of the first page, we can see even more books selling very well. This one, 112,000. If we go to the next row, we have this one at 118,000. This one is 63,000, 88,000. Keep going, 161,000, 154,000. Let's skip to more closer to the end of the first page. And we still have books selling very well. This one's at 271,000. And if we just check the near end of the page, which is this one, we can see 36,000, 77,000. And this one right here, which is a blood pressure and a sugar tracker, independently published, 61,000 BSR. So we see a lot of books selling very well. If you end up on the first page of Amazon, your book's going to be seen and most likely it's going to sell. So if we scroll up all the way over here and we look at the niche score, we see a score of 72. Now, when it comes to the niche score, which basically validates the demand and the competition that we're looking at, I looked at Titan's Quick View for a score of at least 50. So now that we know that demand is high, competition is low, and we have a fairly high niche score, that basically points me in the direction that there is potential for profits here. So now it's time to look at one of these books, look at the interiors, see what they're doing right, and let's see if we can replicate it. If we take a look at this book, this is the blood pressure logbook. This has 110 pages, 6 by 9 inches, 4.7 out of 5 stars, 81% a 5-star. And if we look at the price, $6.99. Now, if we take that price point into this KDP royalty calculator, we can see that the standard royalty is going to be just over $2 at $2.02, extended distribution at 63 cents. And if we look at the price breakdown, we can see where all of these fees are going to. $2.17 go towards printing costs, $2.80 goes directly to Amazon. And for all of that, you are left over, or this publisher is left over with $2.02. Now, if we look at the description, we can see nothing too much here. First 3 pages of the book contain important information, 6 by 9 inches, high quality white paper, 110 pages, soft premium matte cover, quick and easy to add entries, perfect for gel pen, made in USA. And we can already see the interior straight from the cover. So the cover design is not really going to be anything too dramatic. All you have to do is really put the interior on the front cover and call it good. Now, if we scroll down here to look at some A+ content, this is where the publisher can add more pictures, more interiors into their listing, because sometimes the sample feature on Amazon is going to be quite limited. So we see here's the front cover, a little bit more details of the book, and some more pages of the interior. But most of the book is going to be this tracker right here, where you have the days of the week, you have your systolic, your diastolic, your heart rate, and your notes. Now, if we take a look at that bestsellers rank of 5,725, plug it into this KDP book sales calculator, we can see that's good for about 39 sales per day and over 1,100 book sales per month. If we add that royalty calculator, we can see that turns out to be about $78 per day in estimated royalties and $2,368 per month in estimated royalties, all coming from one simple book. Now, if we go back to Amazon and we look at the blood pressure logbook here, one thing that we can do is we can actually look for sub niches that have less results, which means less competition. So if we go ahead and click on the Amazon search bar, it's going to come up with recommendations right here of what search terms people are actually searching on Amazon. And we can see blood pressure logbook for daily tracking, pocket size, small, large print. These are all sub niches that we can take a look at. But specifically, I want to take a look at this one for women. So when we take a look at this niche, the blood pressure logbook for women, we see total results, basically half that of the blood pressure logbook at 514. So we're going to be way less competition in this niche. Only 8 out of 48 books on the first page have that exact match. And then 37 of the 48 are independently published. The bestsellers rank a little bit higher at 507,000, but still quite good. The average review 74, same typical average price point, and the niche score above 50 at 58. Now, if we actually look at some of these books, we can see some are actually designed specifically for women. This one, Floral Design, ranked at 118,000. We have this one right here, where if we actually look at the title, we can see For Women Botanical Flower Cover, ranked at 68,000. And if we keep looking for some more, we have this one right here, ranked a little bit higher at 714,000. This one's 520,000. This one is 389,000. And then this one is ranked at 161,000. This one's 271,000. So we see actually a lot of books here that are geared towards women. This one right here, 263,000, and are selling very well. So this is going to be a sub niche that you can focus on. It's going to be less competitive, and you're still going to make great sales. So if you want to go ahead and go after this, feel free to do that. Before we continue with the video, if you're ready to stop guessing and start making real money with Amazon KDP, I've got something that'll help you skip the trial and error and get straight to the results. I created the KDP Royalty Roadmap, my step-by-step guide that breaks down everything you need to know from finding profitable niches to designing, publishing, and actually making sales. No fluff, just a clear step-by-step process that works even if you're a complete beginner. So if you're serious about turning KDP into a real passive income stream, you can grab a free copy now. The link is down below. Now let's get back to the video. Now to create this interior is actually pretty simple. You can go to this website, Creative Fabrica, and make a search for blood pressure logbook. You're gonna see almost 500 results show up with this blood pressure logbook interior. Some of them are gonna look similar, some of them are gonna look different. So I found this one right here. This one, the reason I like it is because it says it's Canva editable, which means that it's going to allow me to modify the interior a little bit so that I can make it a little bit more original to myself and to how I like my interiors to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and download this and show you how I modify interiors on Canva. So here it is on Canva, very simple blood pressure logbook. Here's an element this book belongs to. And then the actual interior, as we can see, we have the day of the week, the time, systolic, which is spelled wrong, diastolic, which is spelled wrong, heart rate, and notes. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this first page. And what I want to do is change the font. So I'm going to find something else that I like. So I'm going to use this font right here. Just going to resize it and then put it a little bit more down, maybe right there. This one right here, I want to go ahead and delete this and find my own element. Go to graphics, and I just want something very simple, something black and white, and something that doesn't look so common. I kind of like this one right here. And then I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller, put it right here in the center. Actually, let's put it up a little bit right here. And then this book belongs to, I wanna go ahead and make edits to this. I'm gonna change the font. So the font, I'm gonna go also with this League Spartan, and then I'm gonna move it up a little bit, just like that. And there we go. This page now looks totally different than the one that I just downloaded. Now it's time to go ahead and modify the next page. So the first thing, obviously, let's zoom in. This is spelled wrong. So this is not how you spell this word. And then this one is also spelled wrong. So there, now that we fixed that, we got to fix all these as well. So keep in mind with any interior that you download from Creative Fabrica to double check the spelling to make sure that's actually spelled right, because sometimes there's going to be errors with these interiors. Now, another thing that I want to do, change the fonts. So go back and change this to League Spartan. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and change the fonts right here and see if it looks better when it's bolded. If I zoom out, yeah, I think it definitely looks better when it's bolded. Now, another thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and color these, but before I do that, I want to see what it looks like if I put a corner rounding on here. If it looks a little bit better. If I put a corner rounding of 10, I think that makes it look a little bit better. So I'm going to go with that. And if I go ahead and go to border style and make it a little bit thicker, does it look even better? Even with a 2? I think that looks a little bit better right there. So I think that looks good. I did shift the word time a little bit more to the right. I'm actually thinking of doing this, where I'm going to go ahead and then we're going to make this size 12. And I think I'm liking this look a little bit better. So if I zoom out, this is mine right here versus the rest right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one right here, and then we can group it. We can also duplicate it, and now we can just kind of delete this one, put this one up here, and just duplicate it over these existing ones. And then there you go. This is my own original blood pressure logbook interior. All I need to do is just duplicate this page about 100 times to have about 100 pages of this. You can go to grid view, highlight all of them. You can go ahead and duplicate 3 pages and just keep doing this until you have about 100 pages. And as you can see, here's 100 pages, and it's just duplicated over and over and over all throughout the book. All I did was work on the belongs to page, as well as 1 page of the interior, and you saw just how easy that was. So that's really all you have to do. Now, to get this ready for Amazon KDP, all you have to do is hit share, download as a PDF print, flattened PDF. Make sure it's all pages, choose CMYK, but if you only have the free Canva, you can choose RGB, and then hit download. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. Tell me what you want to see me do next. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.